in the daily newsletter of Capstocks. And I've also, from 2019 December, from until till date, I have published some 77 research reports, and it given a return of somewhere around 30% in the last year. Even though in this Corona period, that when the market crashed in March, even though we surveyed that, and even in this period, we given a return of somewhere more than around 30%. More than and above all, and we are having a separate option group in that we are sharing the option strategies and all these things. And I used to give calls as well. So actually, this is my background. Before starting, one second. So when we come to trading, actually this community is classified broadly into two types: investment and other is what we call as a trading, right? So when you come to investment, this investment usually people used to do for a long period of. But when we come into trading, our approach should be the opposite. Like in most of the time in investment, we don't keep stop losses like a company. And if you feel that this company is going to be performing well, and mostly the people don't sell it for years, they hold on to it. But when it comes to trading, it is like you have to have an exactly opposite approach, because here the trading works mostly on the game of probability, which means if you are into a trading, for example, let's say an example, if you want to learn a guitar, so it takes years of practices and all these things to get to understand the basics, and then you master something and you progress in this way. But when it comes to trading, the highest skill that is needed is you need to use a mobile phone. This is or a laptop to punch an order. This is how most of us think, because the entry level is very easy here. Because when you know how to use your mobile and when you know how to place an order, then obviously you will understand. But the game is not.
Have your full screen
Hello?
account. Full screen account.
Here, actually, a lot of other things are needed to make a career in this platform. So first thing is, this same session, this webinar, I am dividing into two parts. The first thing is we will remove some myths about trading. There is a lot of myth about trading, so we will clear that first. And the second part, I will let you know how to analyze or how to read a technical chart. Right. The first myth that you have to take out of when you come into this trading field is, you don't want to predict the future. So right now we have come to learn something about this technical analysis, and I'm saying, yes, it is true that we don't want to predict the future of a stock. But the thing is, most of us thought that when we learn technical analysis, we will know that how long a stock can go from this level to this level, or we think that in that way. But it is not true. But the thing is, rather than that, this technical analysis provides us with a lot of tools, and with these tools, we have to make our own weapon. Like uncountable tools are there. When you start learning in depth, then you will understand that so many tools are there. But depending upon our personality and depending upon our skill and trading strategies, we have to form a particular strategy for us, and then we have to use it. It is very fine that if I am using a strategy and you are using entirely a different strategy, but at the same time, we both can make money. This is the beauty here, right? The thing is, okay, sorry. So the thing is, we both can use two different strategies and still we can make money. This is what I'm trying here, right? Okay, so what is needed to make money in the market? As I told, that the technical analysis provides us with so many indicators are there, so many things are there. So finally we will come and we will form a simple strategy for us. But trust me, it is very hard for us to follow our rules. We will follow a set of rules. We have to frame some set of rules we have to follow that rules day in and day out so that we can make money in the market. But trust me, it is very hard to follow these rules because it looks very cliche that self-discipline. It is mentioned in the first point. It is like a self-discipline. But when you come into and if you start trading and if you see market in a day-to-day basis, then you will understand how much this word is important, because one day of if you don't follow it discipline, so you can lose a lot of money. So this is where the experts differ from the novice traders. So we have to be extremely disciplined to make money in the market. So this comes only when we follow some discipline outside the market. When we are outside the market, if we are not disciplined and we want to trader, means that will never it is going to happen. So we have to make a tremendous effort to follow our strategies, what we are going to form. So we should be extremely disciplined to make money in this market through trading actually. So here I mentioned a word called as an edge. So what is an edge is? Edge is nothing but one thing happen over the other, which means suppose one person who can have a very good command on his emotion, another person who can have a very good command on his analytical skill. So as a trader, you have to find out what is your edge. So this is very, very important because this is very subjective thing. One person's edge need not to be same as like another person. If suppose I have a very strong emotion, so I can handle emotions very strongly. So I should choose a strategy in such a way that I can use my emotion to monetize. So in this actually, how in this way, suppose if you are forming a strategy and a strategy has that can give an accuracy of somewhere around 80%. So whenever you bet 1 rupee, you risk 1 rupee, and you can make a reward of 2 rupee, right? So no such strategy exists. To risk 1 rupee, and if you want to make 2 rupee, means your accuracy every time it will be somewhere around 50 to 60%. This is called as the law of large numbers. When your accuracy moves up, like if you want to make an 80% accuracy, you have to have a risk reward of more than 1:2. 1:2 is not possible, but you should have to make money. It is not possible. So here comes, when you are having an accuracy of somewhere around 40%, you should have a risk reward of more than 4, which means if you are risking 1 rupee, you should make a profit of more than 4 rupee. This is how the trading works. All these things, actually what I'm discussing now is a money management concept. This concept actually is a big concept I will come into later. So we will see some basics now. So here are some jargons. So these jargons, I don't know how many people are experienced here. So, but I know that some people are very new to this market. So brush on some basic things. The first basic thing that we want to know about the trading is called as a stop loss. So this is like, suppose if you are entering a trade for 100 rupee and you expect the trade, it will go to 105 rupee, right? So it need not to be right all the time. Suppose if the trade slips and it comes down, so at what point you will exit your trade? That is what is called as a stop loss. So suppose if you want to enter a trade 100 and when it comes to 98 rupee, I will exit the trade. So you place your stop loss around 98 rupee. So this stop loss concept is a very important concept, but most of the people don't follow stop loss. So the stop loss is the key thing that to make money in the market. So how to place this stop loss and all these things we will see in other webinar or other sessions. That will be a completely different session to how to place orders and all these things. But you understand, you keep in mind this only one thing. This is called a stop loss. Stop loss means if you are wrong, how much loss you are ready to take. This is called a stop loss. Suppose if you are entering a trade at 100 rupee and you want to you are expecting it will go to 105, but it doesn't work. So you are taking a loss at 92 rupee loss. This should be a predefined loss. That means you should predefine in your mind. When it comes 2 rupee down, I will exit this trade. This is called as a stop loss. The second myth about trading is target. We have been seeing experts in TV and even in our case, we are giving something called as a target. Okay, if somebody comes and tell me that the stock which can go up to from here to here, some particular level or some particular price, if he says definitely I will not believe. I expect the same things from you because nobody knows what is going to happen in the future. So how they are saying the target is, suppose if a stock is trading, if SBA is now trading is around 278 rupees, so they are giving a target of somewhere around 330 rupees. So if you go and check the 330 rupee, you will see that before some time the SBA has made a high at 330 rupee or around that zone and it has come down. But that is how they are giving a target. It is a predefined pre-occurred level. So that level, it can go up to that level and it came down previously. So now when it is at 270 level, they expect that stock can go up to 330 level. So that is how they are giving a target. But the thing is, target is not necessary actually. So there is another way to book the profit. So if you want successful, the first thing is in this trading, the first thing is we should forget a predefined target, because there are two types of trading is there. Okay, one is called as a mean reversion trading, and another is called the trend following trading. Now let's talk about trend following trading. What is the trend following trading means? If a stock starts moving up, so how it will move is it keeps on continuously, it keeps on moving up by giving minor dips here and there. For example, now we take Nifty as an example. Nifty dropped around 7,500 in March, and it started trending. And when you see day by day, it keeps on moving up and up and up. And nowadays, last 2 months, if you see the chart, the index keep on moving up. Whatever the dip, even it is a 100-point dip, or if it is a 200-point dip, the index keep on moving up. So this is called as a trend following. Most of the stocks will follow this trend following rule. Suppose we expect that the Nifty will reach 10,000 and we book the profit there and we came out. So now Nifty is almost at 14,000 level. We missed 4,000 rupee, 4,000 points we missed. So as a trend followers, what they used to do is they used to just write the trend. Only when you know technical analysis, then you will understand where to keep your stop losses when the stock reverses or index reverses. So in that only it is helping. So this a predefined target is actually an unnecessary thing. Depend upon the stock or an index movement, then you can place your target. So for this, we choose a different thing that is called as a trailing stop loss. So what is called as a trailing stop loss? If suppose the stock is start moving, suppose let's say the index starts moving, it reaches 10,000, then you have to trail your stop loss. Your entry is at 9,000, then you have to trail your stop loss to 9,500 or 9,600 or 9,700. These levels, how you choose? You choose on the basis of chart. You see the chart and there are some levels. So if you keep your stop loss at that level, when the stock reverses to that level, then you get an exit. So because you don't book your profits, just you trail your stop loss higher and higher and higher. If one trail is stop loss higher and higher and higher by seeing the chart, he can catch one big trend, and this one big trend is enough for 3 to 4 years profit he will make in this one trend he will make. If it is a easily he can make money. The only thing is, but the thing is, you need to know about the chart and you should know where to keep your stop losses and all those things. You can't keep your stop losses at random places, because when you keep your stop loss at random places, there is a chance of you are getting hit by the stop loss. So this is where the stop losses and all these things are, and the charts is all these things are helping us actually. Comes a classification of trading. Trading is broadly classified into 4 types. So for the first thing is called as the scalping, and second thing is day trading, and the third one is called swing trading, and the fourth one is called positional trading, right? So what is meant by a scalping? A scalping is like a trader will be in his trade for seconds. Like he will max to max, he will be in his trade for 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds. Max to max 1 minute. In 1 minute, he will give an entry and he will book your profit or loss and he will exit. He will not be in his trade more than 1 minute or 2 minutes, max to max. So this is called the scalping. It is like very quick, and most of the scalpings are done by robos and this automated algorithms and all these things, automated robots and algorithms, all these things are used to do scalping. Some people, they used to do scalping manually, but it is extremely difficult, and it is for experts. So once you understand the chart reading and all these things, you will understand that you can do scalping. But it is not recommended to do scalping at the initial stages. It is highly risky. So day trading, we all know, day trading is like you enter a trade in a day and you have to close the trade before the market close. So this is the day trading. So what is the swing trading? The swing trading is like you enter a trade max to max 1 week or 2 weeks. You will not be in a trade for a long period of time. So you have to be when suppose if you are entering the trade today, it is okay that if you exit the trade in 3 or 4 days if there is a good move. Otherwise, max to max, you will be in the trade for 2 to 3 weeks. And if there is a reversal, you will exit the trade. Then you will not be in the trade for more than 1 month or 2 months. So usually in whatever the research reports we are giving from the technical side, we are giving in a swing trading basis, which means our target levels, our stop loss levels, and our holding period time is restricted to max 1 month. Within 1 month, if there is no move in the upside, there is something problem in the stock. So we simply exit the stock and we go to the next stock. This is called swing trading. So what is the positional trading is? It is more like an investment. Like if you enter a stock and you hold it for months to years. So it is more or less, it is like an investment, right? So using this, all these things for doing scalping or day trading or swing trading or position trading, you need to know chart reading. It is very much compulsory to know chart reading, because this is mostly you have to know where to keep your stop losses. That is very important in this trading. So definitely that you have to know chart trading. And one more thing is you have how to when to enter. So one of the main thing of technical analysis is when to enter. So the point, most of the time we used to see that when we enter a stock moves up and down and it comes down, and it moves up and down and it hit our stop losses and we are out. Most of the time happens. This is happening because we may be entering at a wrong place. So once you start reading charts, and if you have a clarity over the charts, then you will understand that when to enter, which point to enter, which is the safest point to enter, and where is the safest point to keep your stop losses. So this is how the technical analysis and chart reading helps us. So here, we will see some basics on how to read chart and all these things. Before that, I want to brush something on the core of the technical analysis. So when you fundamental analysis, we all know that it is like number crunching. So we used to see the balance sheets, our P&L statements, and all these things. We used to get a conclusion that whether to buy this company or not, or whether to hold or not. But when it comes to technical analysis, this is more like an art form. It is a very subjective thing, and the skill that is needed to become to analyze the charts is pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is nothing but, see, here the stocks started trading. So whenever a stock started trading, it used to form a lot of patterns. So these patterns are broadly classified into two types. One is called as a bullish pattern, and another is called as the bearish pattern. If you take a bullish pattern, there will be a lot of bullish patterns, and if you take a bearish pattern, there will be a lot of bearish patterns. So each pattern has their own entry point, exit point, and their projection. Projection means how far it can go, how long it can go. It will have a projection. It is not a target level, it is a projection. So these three things every pattern has. So if you see all the bullish pattern, normal, if you see a normal template or general pattern, around 12 to 13 patterns, they used to form bearish pattern. There are also some 13 to 14 patterns they form over and over again. So why these patterns are forming? Because there is a separate community that is called as the market makers. You would have heard this market makers. So if you're not here, so who are market makers? You suppose if you are seeing any big fund houses like hedge funds or any pension funds or anywhere, there is a separate profession which is called as a market makers. So suppose as a retail investor, we want to buy 1,000 shares of SBI. It is fine. We can go and we can punch our order and we can buy. But when it comes to institution, they will buy in huge quantities. So they don't want to, they can't punch their order in a single go. They have to enter in a multiple entry, right? Suppose you would have if you are buying any penny stock or if you are buying any illiquid stock, even if we are buying, we itself is raising its price. If you place an order for 100 rupees, before our order get filled, our last order will be at 102 or 101.5 or 101. It will be somewhere around 1% change will be there in our order. Suppose if you take an institution in very huge quantity, so whenever they buy in huge quantity, they can't buy in a single go. So what they used to do is they used to buy at different levels. They used to buy. So when buying at different levels, some patterns they are artificially they will form some patterns. So these patterns, what they so when we see the chart, we can understand that when this how these patterns are forming, and we can understand the market makers action also. If you are blindly, if we are not seeing any chart, if you are seeing any news and if we are trading, there is a lot of chance that we may get into a trap with these market makers, because most of the time they will make the market too volatile, make it volatile, and at the time when we least expect, at that time they will make trend and they will make the market to move up. So this is how they trade. So when you start reading charts and all these things, then you will understand that where to enter and how to get away from this trap of these market makers, and if you get into the trap also, how to exit. So these things you will understand. Start seeing charts. So as I told earlier, there are so many patterns are there, and due to time constraint, we can't see all the charts, and all these charts we will discuss in our advanced.
Karthik, ഇത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യല്ല.
Sorry.
PPT ഒന്ന് കറണ്ട് സ്ലൈഡ് എടുക്കാമോ? കറണ്ട് സ്ലൈഡ്.
Which display?
ഇപ്പൊ കാണിക്കുന്ന ഫസ്റ്റ് സ്ലൈഡാണ് കാണിക്കുന്നത്. അത് മാറ്റിട്ട് ആക്ച്വൽ.
Okay. Now the PPT is over, so I'm going to the charts now.
Okay, fine.
It is there. I will come to the PPT later.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So can you see my chart here? Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So if you can't see the numbers or something, you can, if someone is using mobile, you can zoom in and you can see the numbers, because it is a little bit crucial to know about the numbers here. So let me explain. This chart, what I am showing here, is called as a MT4. MT4 is MetaTrader 4. This chart, it is a universal chart in a whole world. In world, every part they are using this chart. It is a very famous one. In this chart, before getting into it, we will get into some basics here. Okay. But first, let's get into the very basics. So here you can see two colors, one green and you can see one red bars and green bars you can see. And these bars are called as the candlestick. Each bar is called as a candlestick. So this is called, actually it is called a Japanese candlestick. All the names associated with this charts, it will be like in a Japanese name. When you start learning, you will know, you come to know. So first, let's get into the basic how to read a chart. Let's take an example. This color, any color you can view. It is customizable. Any color you can view. Let me zoom for better clarity. Okay. I keep my cursor on this green, on this green one, this one. Okay. So in this chart, if you see, in the x-axis, in the horizontal axis, there is a time. It is time, and in the y-axis, what is mentioned is price of the stock, right? So in the x-axis, if you see, when I keep my cursor over this candle, you will get actually 5 values in the right corner. Here, you can see my cursor in this spot. In this spot, if I keep my candle, if I keep the candle here, then you can see 5 values you can see here, right? So what is this 5 values is O, H, L, and C, which means open, high, low, close, and V is volume. So open, high, low, and close. What is it mentioning is, in this particular period, this stock form an high of 818 rupees, and it is opened at 749.8 rupees, and the low is 736.6 rupees, and the closing is 805 rupees. Suppose if the opening is lower and the closing is higher. Here you can see that opening is at 749.8 rupees and the closing is 805.3 rupees, right? So the lower and the closing is at higher, which means the stock is this candle is a bullish candle because it opened lower and it closed higher. So it is called as a bullish candle. Now let me keep the cursor over this, any red one. If I keep this, you can see here, open is 755.65, high is 769.95, low is 735.3, and close is 738.2. So here if you see, the opening is 755.65 and the closing is 738.2. So it opened higher and it closed lower. That is why this candle is in red color. This color is not a problem, but in order to differentiate, we have to give 2 different colors. So one I have given green here, another I have given red. So the green candle, it should be very clear because this is the basics, which is the basics of technical analysis. So if anybody having any query, you can raise your query on the question box. So what I'm trying to say is, if the opening is lower and the closing is higher at a particular time period, then it is called as the bullish candle. And if the opening is higher and the closing is lower at that particular time period, then it is called as a bearish candle, right? Can we have the poll one? So here someone answer none of the above. So it is not none of the above. Either it should be a bull candle or a bear candle. So here the question is, if the open price is higher than the close price. So which means the open price, suppose let's say 784 and the close price is 764. Okay. So the answer is it's a bear candle because it opened higher and it closed lower. So the candle which will form is called as a bear candle, right? So it is fine. Let's move to the next one.
Hello?
Oh, okay, so it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I think it's quite clear. The opening is lower and the closing is higher, then it is called as a bull candle. And if the opening is higher and if the closing is lower, it is a bear candle. This is a very basic, so please have a clear note on this. And the wick that you are seeing, in the high you can see a spike here, and in the low you can see a spike here. And these spikes are called as the high and low. This price is called as the high price, and this price, right? So next thing is, here you can see M1, M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, D1, W1 and Mn. So what all these mentioning is, M1 means 1 minute, M5 means 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, day candle, weekly candle and monthly candle. So what it's trying to say is, suppose if you click this 1 minute, because if you click this 5 minutes, each candle is a 5-minute activity of the stock. So each candle here is a 5-minute activity. You can see here. Suppose if you click 5-minute, the candle formation is like this, and each candle is 5-minute activity. Suppose this line, where I have kept my cursor, it is the 9:15 activity, 9:15 to 9:20 activity, and the next one is the next 9:20.01 second. The next candle will start. So this is 9:20 to 25 and 9:25 to 30, 9:30 to 35, 35 to 40. It goes like this up to 3:30. It goes up to like this. So one candle is 5 minutes. Suppose if you click 15 here, one candle is 15 minutes. So this first candle is whatever I kept the cursor is 9:15 to 9:30, and the second candle is 9:30 to 9:45. So in that way, it goes up to 3:30. So this is how the candles vary. So here you can see when you click the 5-minute, you can see a pattern. And if you click 15 minutes, then the pattern changes. And then you click 30 minutes, then again the pattern changes. And then 1 hour the pattern will change, and 4 hour the pattern is changing. Can you recognize? So all these patterns keep on changing. So when you click day chart, the pattern totally changes. Okay. So what is the significance of this? This is a very, very, very basic thing. The thing is, when you starting your trading career, you have to first you have to fix that which time frame you are going to trade. Suppose if you are, we discussed about 4 types of trading. First thing is called as scalping. So if you are a scalper, never ever go above 3 minutes time frame, which means 1 minute is ideal for us. If you are a scalper, you trade only 1 minute. If you are a day trader, you can trade 5 minutes or max to max 15 minutes. You don't go for 30 minutes, 5 minutes or 15 minutes, because suppose if you go for 30 minutes, you will not get any entry signal here. You will not get any trading activity. In 5 minutes, you can see the trading activity here. But when you can get a clarity, so you can get an entry point. But when you go to 50 minutes, if you go to 30 minutes, and if you want to day trade, so each candle is a 30-minute candle. So signal. So you keep this only one in mind. If you are a scalper, you trade only 1 minute, and if you are a day trader, the ideal time frame is 5 minutes. I use 5-minute time frame for day trading for the last 5 years. I'm using 5 minutes, and it works 5 minutes. And if you are a swing trader, the ideal time frame is 30 minutes. 30 minutes time frame you can use for your swing trading, and for your positional trading, always use at 4 hours or more, anything more. Never go for a positional trade below 30 minutes. Because if you go below 30 minutes for a positional trade, you will get so many noise you will get. Suppose if you can see in a 1 minute, you can see in a 1 minute time frame, you can see the fluctuation, how much stock had moved up and down, up and down. But when you come to see the day chart, there is no fluctuation. It is stocks upside. That's all. It is very clear. But when you come to 1 minute, you can see that there are so many fluctuations are there. We have to prioritize ourselves that which time frame we are going to trade. Initially, I would recommend that if you are starting your trading career, you can go for 30 minutes time frame. Otherwise, if you are looking for any investment point of view, you can go for in a day time frame. You can go, which means if you go for 30 minutes, it is better for swing trading, 5-minute day trading, and anything more than 4 hours for positional trading. This is the basic template. So please keep this in mind. And the next thing is drawing. There is actually, as I told earlier, there are so many patterns are there. Due to time constraint, we can't see, but we will see the context of the market. So what is the market is all about? So usually the market trades in 3 phases. One phase is called as the consolidation phase. It is also called as a trading range. And the second phase was the breakout phase. And the third phase, which is called as the trending phase. Before getting into this, we will take key points that we have discussed so far. We will have key points. The first thing is about the bull candle and the bear candle. Okay, the bull candle means the open should be lower and the close should be higher. This is called the bull candle. And the bear candle means the open should be higher, the closing should be lower. This is called the bear candle. And if you are scalping, you use 1 minute. If you want to do day trading, you use 5 minutes. And if you want to do swing trading, which is you want to carry forward for max to max 2 weeks, you use 30 minutes time frame. And if you want to go for a positional trade, you go anywhere from 4 hours to anything here. Okay. The thing is, if you select a 5 minute, each candle is a 5 minute bar. Each candle is a 5 minute bar. If you select 15 minutes, each candle is a 50-minute activity. 30 minutes means each candle is a 30-minute activity. Okay. So this, as I said, you can see here when I click from 30 to 30, you can see something. Here you can see so many fluctuation, all these things. But when you see day chart, you can't see much fluctuation here. So that is why I'm saying when you are time frame, when you are coming lower and lower and lower, there will be a lot of noises. So noises in the sense we can call it as volatility also. There will be a lot of noises there. So it is initial stage. If you are starting, it is always better to go with a positional trade. It is like a day time frame. Day time frame you can choose, and you can trade in a positional trade. You can trade, right? So as I told, market always trade in 3 phases. The first phase is called as a consolidation phase, or it is called as a trading range. And the second phase is called as a breakout phase, and the third phase is called as a trending phase. This is how the market, every time the market is trading. As an analyst, our job is to find out which phase the market is trading right now. So if you understand and if you can recognize the phase of the market which it is right now, then you can avoid a lot of mistakes. So these things, if you are not using any chart or anything, if you are blindly doing something, there's no way that we can understand what phase the market is right now. So either in any one of the phase the market will be. So how to enter a trade and all these things very deeply we will see in our advanced classes. But here I will show you something. One of the position strategies I will share with you how to enter. Before that, 3 things we have to understand. One is called as a, other is called as a resistance, and the third one is trend line. So these things are like the basics of trading. What's a support? A support is nothing but a minimum 2 points. Minimum two points. The stock should reach and it should bounce back. For example, if you see this level, here the stock made a low here, and again the stock after that he made a low here. So minimum 2 points. Here you keep, here you keep. Okay. Level. So minimum, it can be more than 2 points also, but it should be a minimum, it should be 2 points. So here you can see the stock touches here one time and it touches here another time. So this level is called the support level. It is called as a support zone. What is a resistance? Resistance is nothing but the stock should touch at least a minimum 2 times at the higher side, which means you can see, here you can see the stock touches high here one time, and the second time the stock touches here the second time, right? So something which is lower, this is called as the support line, and the something which is higher side, this is called as the resistance line. Here the only condition is there should be at least 2 times the stock with sometimes the stock may touch more than 4-5 times also it can touch, but minimum there should be a 2 touch at the same level. When it touches at the lower level, it's called as a support. When it touches at the higher level, it is called as the resistance. Right. Third one, before going third one, can I have the poll?
Yeah.
This one is the third one. Not this one. The third one. Support level, that one. Not this one. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Not this one. This one. Support level, that one. Second one.
Support 2.
Support level. Second one. Not this one. Second. Support level is there, no? That one. support level is always higher than that in that question. Okay, let's continue. I will add the question. 1 second. Okay. Next thing is, as I said, this is called support and this is called resistance, and the third one is called as a trend line. So what is a trend line? To draw a trend line, here also you should have 2 points. So how to draw a trend line? You can take any point, any low you can take. You can take any low, but the primary condition is you have to touch at least 2 lows. 2 lows should be touched. Here you can see 2 lows. There is a touch, and after that you just project your. It will get projected, and simply it goes wherever it goes. Let it go. I'll show it clearly in some other stocks. Take this one. So let's take here. If you take a trend line, if you want to draw a trend line, the basic condition is first you have to. This is a trend line. You can see here. This is a trend line. You have to click here. At least 2 points it has to join. At least 2 points. When it joins 2 points, then after that simply leave it. It itself get projected, and wherever it goes, let it go. The thing is, this 2 point it should get touch. This is called as a trend line. So these three things is very important because as I told earlier about the market making, what you used to do is most of the traps that happen at the support and resistance level. We used to hear this word called as a breakout, support broken and resistance broken. But the thing is, whenever a support is broken, most of the time there will be a trap. So we have to be very much cautious whenever we are trading in the support and resistance zone. Sir, can I have the polls?
Which one?
No, this one. Last time you played that one. Okay. The answer is false only. It's right. 73% people said, because for drawing a trend line, actually 3 points not needed. Just 2 points is needed. Just you have to click here. 1 point you have to click here. You have to select the next point and just you have to leave. If it goes and touches a third point, it is fine, but a minimum 2 points is there. This is how you have to draw a trend line, right? So now I'm trying to share some strategies with you. This one of the strategy, positional trading strategy with you. This strategy you can follow this strategy. You can do your own back testing. Let me show you how it works. So the first condition is whenever there is a big fall. Whenever there is a big fall, there will be a consolidation. This is the rule number 1. Right? So here you can see that there here on March, whenever due to Corona or some other reason, any reason, whenever there is a big fall, market is not continuously, it is going to fall. After a big fall, every time there is a consolidation. There is going to be a consolidation. Okay, the market is not going to immediately. It is not going to trend upside. There will always be a consolidation. Since it is a positional trading strategy, we are using day time frame chart. We are using. So this is how it will work. I'm saying. So here, first of all, you have to identify 2 levels after the fall. Okay. So this conjunction level you leave. Let me after this conjunction level, first high where it made you have to take the first high. If you take as a conjunction level, this level. So the first high where it is made is here. Okay, this level. So you have to mark that level, the first high. So before that, you forget whatever that happens after this. Okay, I hide this. First condition to select us to do a positional strategy is you have to look for a great fall. This is first condition. If the fall is not happening, then you have to wait. First, as I told earlier, there are 3 phases in the market. The first phase is called as a consolidation phase or the trading range phase. And the second phase is called as a breakout phase. And the third phase is called as a trending phase, right? So here we will discuss something about, we will see. So the first rule is you have to see the recent high. Okay, this is the recent high, right? The stock form a recent high here. And then after that, you can see that the stock form again a recent high. After that, it fell here. and again it forms some high here. Okay, it hasn't broke. So 2 points it has made at this level. So whenever I said earlier, whenever there is a 2 point at the same around the same level, then you draw a line over there, like a line, resistance line. You draw on this line, and you don't know this activity. Nothing you don't know. Okay, so these two levels you've seen, and then you draw a line here, right? With this two level. Then you wait how the stock reacts. We will see. So you don't want to, if as a position trader, you will get hardly 5 to 6 trades in a month. Get 5 trades. It is actually, if you get 5 trades for a trend following system, it is a very good month. Hardly you will get 3 to 4 only. So we have to be very patient, because since we are following a daily time frame, daily close we have to wait. So here the first high it formed, and then you see that next the conjunction zone, the same high level, you can see there some high activity form. Then you draw a line. Okay, then you slowly see after the next day the stock fell here, and there is no trading activity. But here this is the resistance level, right? Then the stocks it is come. Then that stock after some days, again the stock comes to that level. Okay, so here you can see a spike here. If somebody can't see in their mobile, please zoom it. There's a spike here, but the stock hasn't closed anywhere above that level. Just a spike is there. Okay, so you can see there a high is there and is there, and the third level. Okay, the third level is here, and you can see here after the day the stock fell down. Okay, so, the stock keep on falling down. So when it falls down, you can see here the stock touches 2 times in this zone, right? When the stock falls down, one time it touches here, another time it touches here. Whenever it touches 2 times here, there you draw a support line. Okay? So you got 2 points here for your resistance, and you got 2 points here for your support. Okay. So now you are waiting for your confirmation. Now the stock had entered into a trading range, right? And after that, you can see the trade in between the trading range, and there is no movement. And you wait for some days and see what happens. And after some days, you can see a breakout here, the green candle, the first breakout. Okay. So this, every time you keep this one thing in mind, whenever there is a first breakout, you don't enter the same day. You have to enter only the next day. This is the second rule. First rule is you look for, after a great fall or any mild fall, look for a high and a second high, and then you wait. Then you mark your resistance level, and then you wait, and the stock keep on trading below that level and make it form a support in the downside. So in the downside, it forms 2 support it formed. Then again the stock, you can see continuously it is trading range, and one day it given a breakout. Okay, so you, second rule is never ever enter a breakout trade, first of all, because a breakout trades are a trap trades. Most of the breakout trades are a trap, which means we talked about market makers. They used to make the game in that level only. Here you can see what happened here is pure market makers play. You can see a gap up day, then again a gap up day, then you can see there again sell off, and how much the stock has fallen. You can see almost it fell more than 107 rupees. It fell. Okay, this area is a pure market makers play. Okay, so we will not get a trap into the market makers play by avoiding. We expect 2 highs. So first high is here, the second high is here, and it's the third high. It is fine. Then you wait. In the first breakout, you don't enter. Next day you will get the confirmation. Next day is also a bullish day. Okay, you got the confirmation there, and here is your entry. So you enter here. You enter here. Here is your entry. On that day closing, you can enter. And the third rule is your stop loss should always be lesser than the breakout day's previous day low. So you can see three lines here. The middle one is the breakout candle. The next, the higher one is the confirmation candle, and the one which is below. Okay, this candle is our stop loss candle. I repeat, whenever there is a breakout, you don't enter. You wait for a confirmation. The next day, if it moves again higher, you enter there, and your stop loss should always be below the previous candle, right? When you keep your stop loss and you forget your trade, if the trend is right, the stock moved more than 200, 250, 280 rupees. The stock moved. Your stop loss, if you see, your stop loss is hardly 50 points. So for 50 points risk, you have made a profit of somewhere around 250 to 80 rupees. It is like for 1 rupee risk, you have taken a reward of around. This is the beauty of trend following. So if this type of, but the only thing here is you need to have an extraordinary amount of patience to follow this trade. Okay. So once after the trend broken and you enter the trade and the trend it is trending upside, the second thing what you have to do is you have to draw the trend line. So how you will draw the trend line? You have to select the first point inside the trading range. First point inside the trading range, and the second point to the nearest dip. Okay. So you can see here, the first point is here, the second point is here, and you allow the stock trend line to go as it is. Okay. This is the current trading chart of HDFC Bank. You can see here the stock given a breakout and is trending, and you can see here some consolidation happened. So in this day, you can see a large red bar is there. So many red bars are there here, but these red bars hasn't affected us because we are trading in a higher time frame and our stop loss is way below, and this red bars hasn't affected. In this red bar, so many people would have get their stop losses and they have got out, but we are not getting out because we are trading in a positional view and we are having a stop loss way below that level. And when the stock after this trading range here, it forms a mild trading range. You can see here the second trading range here is the stock formed a second trading range here, and here's a breakout. Those people who have been entered here, they can have a second entry here, and they will. This is the breakout bar. This is the confirmation bar, and they will keep a stop loss below this level. Below this level, they will keep a stop loss. Here, the stop loss level is again 50 rupees. And when you enter here also, you will get a target of somewhere around 200 rupees, right? So this is how a trend following system work, right? I hope this is clear. If anybody is having any query in this, you can ask me in message or something. So I'll give you 2 minutes time. So if anybody having query in this particular thing, I will clear this. Okay, someone was asked how to find a breakout stock. Okay. So how to find this breakout stock? This is how I explain now. So you have to wait for before a breakout, there is always a trading range. So whenever you have to wait for the trading range to form. So whenever a trading range is formed, then you wait for the first candle to break the resistance level and never enter there. You wait, and next day confirmation should be higher than that of the previous day close. And when that happens, you blindly enter the trade by keeping a stop loss below, and you allow the stock to run. 60 to 70% of the time, the stock will move one rupee. If you risk, it will give a profit of somewhere around 4 to 5 rupees. It will give. So it is not going to be an issue. So anybody have any other queries? Which side we can get live chart? Live charts, most of the live charts are delayed actually. If you want to, you can go over investing.com and something. But most of the live charts, they are delayed one. Okay, in this example, when to book profit. Okay. In this question, is this I will clear. Okay. Here it comes. Here comes the little bit the basics. I will touch the basics of money management. Someone asked where to book the profit here. This I said, you don't book the profit. You have to ride the trend, how far it goes. It is better if you are risking 1 rupee, and if you are making somewhere around 3 rupee, then you can book your profit. Here it gives 5 rupee. So whenever there is a move from here, this move, you will get that 5 rupee profit, 3 rupee profit, which means you risk 50 rupee and there you got a 150 rupees move at this level you got. So at that time you can book, which means risking 1 rupee and you are getting a reward of 3 rupee, which means with an accuracy of around. So any other queries in this particular thing? How to get a metaphor chart? Okay, metaphor chart. It is a paid version, so you have to pay. Minimal charge is there, so you have to pay. Then you will get your chart. What is the ideal time frame candle for positional? For positional trade, as I told earlier, the ideal time frame day candle, which is end of the day candle. What is the ideal amount to start study trading? To start studying trading, the amount is very subjective, because if you are learning, even with 5,000 you can learn. But if you really want to make income out of that, at least you start with 50,000 or 1 lakh. Fine. Krishna sir?
Yeah.
I think we can wrap up. Actually, the things that we have covered here, all very basic things, right? If you want, I can show another one also. If you can see this beta chart here. So the beta chart, as we discussed earlier, you have to form at least two higher highs. So here it form an high, and here it form an high. Then you draw as a trend line, draw as a resistance line, and the downside also it touched 2 points. Then you draw a line here, right? So once you draw a line here, you find out the trading range, right? Here it touches 3 times, it touches. Okay. So whenever there is a breakout, the next day confirmation, you take the trade and you keep your stop loss below this candle, and you leave the trade, and it keeps on trending. And as I told earlier, to identify the trend, it is trending or not, take a point inside the trading range and touch it in the first low it made in the chart, and then you project it in the upside. Okay. So this is the live chart, the current day trading chart of beta. You can see that beta, after the breakouts, it is in a trending phase. It will keep on trending, and there is a better chance for this beta to move upside. So when you keep your stop loss, you will keep your stop loss. It is here. Now your stop loss, you can raise up to, you can trail your stop loss to here. So when it moves up, so here the risk amount you have taken is, it is an entry. The risk amount you have taken is 101, around 100 rupee. It has given already, it moved 150 rupee and it given a decline, and again it bounced back. So when it moves to up to this level, which means around 350 rupee, 380 rupee, you can book your profit. So you can see here at that level, here is some resistance also. So when it starts moving here you will form a conjunction zone here, right? So you can book your zone. So this is just a trend following system. This is for a positional trade, and it's just a trend following system, right? So Krishna sir,
Yeah.
Can we give the closure?
Hello sir, could you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please.
Good evening, I am Sandosh, State Head Franchisee Development of Capstocks. Now we came through a valuable session on technical analysis. We came through some discussions regarding the qualities of investor, their discipline, stop loss, targets, and the classification of trading, then some strategies of trading. Thank you, Karthik Rajendran. As part of our social responsibility, Capstocks Knowledge Center is ready to conduct more additional sessions on technical analysis. Those who are interested to contact our head office. Now we can winding up the session. It's already 9 o'clock. And on behalf of Capstocks, I express my sincere thanks to one and all who attended this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.